Hi guys, and welcome to Last Bastion's YouTube video unboxing Hit the Beach, Fury, and looking through Fortress Europe, the new unit cards, and the freshly re-in-stocked items, the destroyed markers and smoke bombardment markers. They've been out of stock for quite a while now, and people have been quite excited to get them back in stock. I think I'll probably lead with the Fury starting set being the smallest of the sets. So let's jump straight in and crack it open without cutting myself. I'm Matt, by the way. I am the shop owner and chief doing things wronger. And this is Josh, who is the guy who keeps me in line.
Well, I try to anyway.
But the first one I'll be able to open stock without feeling guilty.
No, it's not.
So what we've got in here, we have... It's pretty full.
I believe the Fury set is a two-player starter set with just tanks in it. And we shall turn it around. So in it, you can see you get your tanks in there, along with a rulebook, mini rulebook, cardboard scenery. I believe you get some dice and unit cards as well.
Mini rulebook. It's just rulebook, no units in there, just the rulebook. But it's a good place to start, and I like their small ones. They're not so hard to read as other small rule books are. And this is just the instruction manual. And a lovely tank jewel. So you've opened up, you've gone quick start guide, which, you know what, they must have watched my other video. The one that I did before this was released. They've probably made this like years ago. But yeah, they've actually explained it better. The getting started bit.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what you explained it. Wow.
Like when I say like 24 pages of like this is how it's played, and yeah, it's pretty cool.
And they summed it up in shorter than
They summed it up in. I wouldn't say that. It might take me 3 hours to read this. So there, so you can just see the two missions. I say two missions.
Yeah. I believe
the two missions in the book.
The tanks you get in this, I think there's a Tiger, a Stug on the German side, and I believe those are Shermans.
You get two Shermans and an M10 tank destroyer.
There's a 76 and 75 mil.
The tank destroyer is
a 75 mil tank and 76. Those are the Shermans. Then the M10 tank is
76, did they?
Yeah, 75 and 76. The Stug is the 7.5 centimetre and the Tiger is the 8.8.
Huh. Damn, I can't use this yet.
Why not?
Because this is the After D-Day one that I was discussing with somebody earlier.
So I've got a unit card for After D-Day.
I've got a unit card for the next release here. Because they hit on 4s. So the current cards they've got are the January 1944. And these are post-June 1944. Was it June 90? It was 1944, wasn't it? Yeah, it's been 75 years. What's crease?
What?
I can't remember what your username was, but whatever your username was, you were discussing this with me earlier. You can take 5 M4 Sherman 76 mils for 28 points, which is only 7 points more than the 75 mils, and you've got an anti-tank rating of 12 compared to 10.
This is the Shermans we're talking about.
Sherman's, he'll know exactly what I'm on about. But yes, for anyone
No,
who's
I mean for
not
the
in the... it's the Sherman M4. And then the M10 tank destroyer is as is. But again, hit on 4s rather than 3s. Same points. And well, it's a Tiger tank. Pfft. Amazing. Stugs. Yeah, you don't want to bother with Stugs. Although then again, it's 2 Tiger tanks or 4 Stugs. Tiger tanks have got an anti-tank of 14 and Stugs got an anti-tank of 11. I'd rather take a Tiger tank any day over a Stug.
Well, in general, the Tiger tanks are a lot better than Stugs anyway. Plus, with the Stug, it's
Should have made Stugs cheaper.
Ford Firing, sorry.
Yeah, should have made them cheaper. You get a movement orders card in there for both sides, which you can also use these as objective markers in the game. Yeah, because they've got a picture. One's got a picture of a panther, the other one's got a picture of some Americans getting shot to pieces. America! So yeah, that should be fun to do. With a burning Ferdinand. Yeah, so you could probably use these as objective markers in game if you wanted to. Pretty big objectives. Normally the objective marker is like that sort of size. But yeah, there's no harm in using those as objective markers. So unit wise, you've got 1 Stug which is 16 points and 1 Tiger at 12 points. 4 points for an M10. Yeah. And 4, 8, 12, 16, 5. And 4, so that's 9.
No.
13 points of Americans compared to...
Yeah, so she paid for herself.
Oh no, that's 3 Stugs together. It's 18 points of German. So there's a distinct advantage there to the Germans.
Well, when you're doing Germans against Americans, there's always going to be an advantage, isn't there?
Yeah, true.
I mean, in the previous set they did, which had the Crusaders and Grant, it was 1 Grant, 2 Crusaders, and it was against a Panzer III and a Panzer IV.
And we know how that ends from our previous video.
Yeah.
Not very well for me. They also give you this wonderful big fold out of basically the mini rulebook. How to do stuff, how to do assaults, counter-attacks, movement,
So it's a nice little
stuff.
reference. That,
So
isn't
yeah,
it?
it's a nice little reference sheet to have with the core rules. So that's quite nice. I like that. As if by magic, I'll show you what objectives look like now. As long as I don't kill myself putting those open. There you go.
Okay. If you want to, I'll put the box down. Actually, I'll keep the box up. If it gets too overcrowded, we can put some to one side.
So, that is the size of an objective for the Germans and the Americans. And that was what I said you could use. So you can see what the size difference is. But that looks cool. They look boring. You also get enough bits and bobs in here to set up a whole table, I think. You've got some houses, walls, a church, a blown up house, another house, another house, all top views, as if you're flying over an aircraft.
Well, it'd be a bit odd having side views. Good flat scenery.
it would, I suppose.
Mm.
It'd give it a nice 3D effect.
But thankfully, with the cardboard scenery, it all counts as colour. I think the walls probably on site, maybe.
I'd say the walls were low walls. Probably give you concealment, whereas the houses would block line of sight.
Oh yeah, the houses definitely wouldn't have.
So that's like the bits of scenery you get, which is nice to set up for the missions that you might want to play. And they're pretty good to have as well for add-ons to probably this set here. I think you get some in there. They are handy. You don't need to buy any new buildings. Just like we spent £300 on a gaming table, we could have just made it out of cardboard scenery.
But at the end of the day, you want a good looking table though, don't you?
Yeah, it's flat and boring.
Mm.
You want nice looking table. It makes your games more enjoyable. And it makes line of sight a lot easier. Because you can actually physically see what blocks rather than having to just think, oh, is that a tall building, small building, whatever. I'll put those to one side. Looked at them, looked at these. You get bailed out markers and pinned down markers. I'm guessing you put that to the tank if it's bailed out, or like that if it's pinned down. You can't pin a tank, so that's probably for infantry. Bailed out and pinned down, I suppose, meaning the same thing.
Well, thankfully with the token sets, you don't. Well, you do get a variety, but you always need more, don't you?
You do, certainly do.
So they will get used.
So in here we have most of us have seen these before. Just tack it all right. If you've played any Lanes of War currently, you will recognise these, but if you don't, then they'll be completely new and exciting. More plastic for you, sir. That is the M10. There. That's a nice piece of kit, very nicely cast. What we'll do is we'll come back with a video in a couple of weeks with these built up and have a game. Next week we're doing a video of the new paint range coming out from Games Workshop, so unfortunately that's going to have to be taken over. That is the 76mm Sherman, the M4A176, and these are the M4A175mm. So basically the difference is the what's it called? Hull. The top hull is slightly different, and the turret is slightly different. Of course, the gun is different.
Top hull on the M10 tank, that's more of a rectangular one.
It is,
whereas the M10 ones, they've got more of a bit of an angle to them. Plus, with the turret, is different shape as well on the M10, I believe.
Yeah.
Should be.
In fact, they changed the turret. The turret on the M10 is more like an extended version of the Sherman 76 turret. Whereas the Sherman 75 was very small and rounded.
Oh. Yeah, because
very different.
Both the Sherman 75 and 76 are a rounded shape, but the M10 is more of a rectangle shape, isn't it? It's got an inward curve to it, possibly.
It's circular, really. The actual thing itself is a kind of a hex, but then
we have from Sweet Wraith as well that these are quite easy to build as well.
They are very easy to build. You're looking at maybe 10 minutes per tank.
They said it's quite good for newbie, which I do agree, and also has said that read the instructions carefully though, because you can go wrong quite easily. But I suppose that's quite similar to most models.
Yeah, I've had to rip my tanks apart by not reading instructions. I don't read instructions when I build things, so I've had to take tanks apart to
different systems as well when we were building things by instructions. I think there was an actual conversation where I was doing it bit by instructions just to make sure. And he was like, why are you doing that? That takes ages. And you just speed build them together. Not realising, though, that there was a slightly different pose to each one.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's you build back a bit of time, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Still turned out alright, though.
Thank God. Yeah, nice kits. These are a bit more space on the sprues that they could have maybe fit more stuff on or condensed it a bit more, I think. But then they're looking at flow and stuff. There's a lot of excess plastic on these sprues.
Not spare plastic, you mean?
Yeah, a lot of
Sprue.
rather than vehicle.
We have from Mace a viewer challenge. How fast can Matt build a Sherman 75?
Really?
7 seconds.
7 seconds? Wow!
I'll tell you what, if you get me my GW clippers and some glue, I'll show you how fast I can build it. And
The thing is, you have to multitask as well, because you have to talk during the video as well.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll do it later. Not those ones, they're crap.
No, I
want the GW ones, the nice
Black ones.
the Citadel ones.
No, they're not black.
They're not black, they're kind of crimson coloured.
Red.
Burgundy?
Burgundy.
And
Got a reddish brown.
my plastic glue as well. Where is he going? Probably on my desk, where I do my modelling. Or in the top second drawer down.
Do you want me to?
I don't know, Tom might just look around for hours. I won't do it now, I'll do it later.
Alright.
We've got to look at this and then we'll do a speed building show. So I'll pop this back in.
All Fury then, isn't it?
That is Fury. It's a nice little set. £25.
Which can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong, but it's nice as like I'm not sure I want to get all this stuff like that one. As far as value goes, you're better off with that, because this is 5 tanks for 25 compared to shed loads for 35.
Well, if you're normally buying tanks, tank boxes, like the Sherman tank box or the Tiger tank box,
They're like 30, well, between 24 and 30 for most of them.
and you normally get a good couple in there, aren't you?
Yeah.
Whereas with this one, it's 25 and you got tanks for both.
You can tell they don't employ me to pack these things.
No.
Yeah, there you go. So I have completely and utterly packed that incorrectly.
Yeah. Because you stack the sprues on top of one another.
Well, no one told me otherwise. Right, hit the beach.
So this
You've
one.
not found the 3 that I've got there.
The clippers.
None of those at once.
So, do you know where my bag is?
Rubber band.
My
Well,
bag.
we don't need them now. We need them in about an hour. So, what I'll do is we'll do this, and then you go back to work, Sean, and I will find them. It's not an issue.
Turn around.
Now, we can do this. There's no screws left.
Honestly, he does have every box and lock it in. But then
It
again,
smells nice as well.
it's new plastic smell and new rulebook smell. Who's not going to do it?
La gorgette of smelly. Do that. So, you've just seen these. Loads and loads and loads and loads of Sherman 75s. And there's some more.
Oh, there's some 76 in there as well.
No, I think there's only 75s. There's a 76. Why is it 76?
Because it says on the box that you get a 76, perhaps. Look on the underneath.
So why have they only released rules for the 75s? That's not fair. I'm really upset. I had to play with 75mm today. I was trying to pop tigers like throwing rats at them. It was impossible. So this is basically they've released this and nothing else to support it. That's a little bit dupes, isn't it?
What, like they've not done both cards?
So they've released like mid to late cards and then 2 sets for late.
Now, if we still have it, which I don't think we do now, this was, yes, Open Fire, I believe, is the same set, isn't it?
It is.
So, whilst Matt's going and sorting that out, yes, you get 5 75s and 3 76s in this set.
Nice.
Thank you,
Mace?
Mace, yeah.
He's such a know-it-all, isn't he? Not the fact that he bought it over there, it's probably just made back the back of the box. And built it all today as well, I believe.
Now,
Other than that, he's a know-it-all.
so something we have noticed is we've got Open Fire there, and we have Hit the Beach there. Now, Tom is behind the camera. Are they similar images on the front?
Yes.
Yes. That's because you get the same stuff in it. Now, the difference is this one is £50.
You don't get the same things.
Oh, it's basically the same stuff, isn't it? Near enough, the same bits.
Different tanks.
Stogs. You get Stogs in there.
No. Panzer IVs.
Oh, you get Panzers. Oh, so they swapped the Stogs for Panzer IVs. Ooh.
And they swapped the British M5, the British M4 and Fireflies, and now American 75mm and 76mm tanks.
So that shows the differences, and that's not the only difference. £50?
£35.
£35?
You know what is the same? That bag of infantry.
Yeah.
I'll have that on the table still. I'll put it there. I should say bombastic. Hit me on the top and give me Mr. Bombastic. So, 3. It's not golf. Otherwise, there's a 4.
I was trying to figure out that joke as well.
So 3 Panzer IVs, 2 Pack 40s, I'm guessing. Leather bases, the Doodlebug, whatever you want to call it. Some infantry.
No, it's not VT rocket, is it?
It's a V1.
V1, yeah.
So these are the same infantry as was in the Open Fire box set, which is the nice infantry. You get the same as was in the other one, small rule book and core rules, and then a stack of Sherms, which I'll just have these myself. Just put them down here.
We've had Mace slightly cheating though. He's not been building them.
His wife's been building them.
He has, yeah. His wife has been building them up.
I wouldn't be surprised if he put his kids to work on it as well, on
Child
the painting
labour.
or something. That's what I'd done if Eloise was here. So, D-Day formations: Parachute Rifle Company, Glider Company, Veteran Assault Company, Assault Company, Rifle Company, Veteran Company, Ranger Company, M10 Tank Destroyers, Armoured Rifle Company, Veteran Armoured Rifle Company, Veteran M5 Stuart Tank Company, M5 Stuart Tank Company, M4 Sherman Tank Company, Veteran M4 Sherman Tank Company. And then support units: M8 Cavalry Recon Patrol, 3-inch Towed Tank Destroyer Platoon, whatever that is. 3-inch, is that?
If you look on the back of the box, it might give you an idea as to what it is.
No, it's not in there.
Oh, right, okay.
How big's 3-inch in millimetres?
Well, thankfully, we have a tape measure. In millimetres,
Yeah.
that you're looking about 76, 77.
Oh, so it's basically a 75, 76, but towed artillery piece.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got Priest Artillery, bane of my life in a minute, and 105 Field Artillery, can have an M12 artillery battery, whatever that is. Not met an M12 before. The M4 Sherman Observation, or an L4 Grasshopper, and self-propelled AA artillery, and a Thunderbolt fighter. Ooh, Thunderbolt fighters, P-47s. Then you can have support and allies and stuff. So yeah, that's a sign of things to come. That is. Cards they give you is a parachute rifle, Panzer Grenadier Company, the Shermans, lots of Shermans. Yeah, you just get what's in the box, unfortunately, card wise, but it still makes a nice force. German wise, you got a Beach Defence Infantry, Felsenjäger Company, Stugs, Panzer Grenadiers, Panther Company, Panzer IV Company, Tiger Company, Reconnaissance Company, and Panzer Grenadier Company, supported by Jagdpanzer IVs, Tank Hunters, or 8.8 Tank Hunter Platoon, 7.5cm Tank Hunters, or 8.8 Tank Hunter, 10.5 Artillery, or Vesps, 10.5 Artillery, or Hummels, 15cm Nebelwerfer a battery, Panzer III Observation Post, a Puma Scout Troop, or a 250 Scout Troop. More anti-aircraft than you could shake a stick at, and yeah, that's your things. Whatever the wild card, I don't know what a wild card is. What is a wild card?
No.
Is that like just one you throw into the mix? You just shuffle your deck and just pick one at random. He ends up with a Tiger tank, and I end up with an M5 Stuart.
We've had May say that he's also been doing Stormcast and Gleamsprite build up as well.
Ooh, playing a bit of AOS.
And he's also sent us a picture of how his table looks at the moment with building everything up.
Probably covered in sprue.
That's there right now. And it has got pictures of his kids working hard.
That is so neat.
That is.
How does he work so
Lovely
neat?
little setup that as well.
Why is my shop not that neat when I do modelling?
Gee, I wonder.
I do modelling, the whole place turns upside down.
That's because you are very messy.
So, Panzer IVs, lots of space on it. Not like with Shermans, but still, they're a nice tank to build up. And in game terms, I actually prefer them to... Oh, no, his kids are building them.
Yes, and I know that, but he's doing the gold trim on the Stormcast there, and that's looking pretty good though as well.
What a dude. That's amazing. You should get him to come down to the shop and do something for me.
Painting handle as well. Brilliant start.
Nice to see somebody using the intelligent stuff to paint with. Rather than having to drop it on the floor every 2 minutes.
Right. They did a model the other day and it was attached to the painting handle.
You dropped the paint handle as well?
Yeah, well, that to pin the top back on, didn't I?
Oh, right, yeah, you did, didn't you? Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh at you.
Yeah, you did.
So, put them back in there. They'll be added to my demo table, better known as Matt's Armies. So we'll be getting those built up for a demo.
So exists.
Oh, dice, grain greens. That's what you always get with Battlefront. Put that there. Close that up.
So Exist Start Set has actually got me and mate Kelly as well. So we're going to buy both Hit the Beach and Fury.
And there's about 50 points in there, I think. Maybe even more.
There'll be a bit more of those in there as well.
You'll have some, for like basically 100 quid between you, you've got two huge armies.
Yeah, and it's costing us 60 quid together, 30 quid each. So, to say you're getting into a game for 60 quid.
And the value of that box is about 100 or more.
Oh, easily.
So, the Fortress Europe, it says late war forces, but basically, I don't understand why. they didn't. I don't understand why they brought this out along with the Hit the Beach, because the Hit the Beach has got completely different units to bless you, to what is in this book. This book is basically the invasion of Italy and Tunisia, and a little bit of Greece.
Isn't it clean? I don't know.
But yeah, it says January 1944. Wasn't that just the Russians, wasn't it? Yeah. You see, it says it's got a wonderful timeline explaining like the end of the war, and like 1945 and the end of the Third Reich. But then you're looking at the American army literally as it was not much after the stats they had in the Desert War, in the mid war. So like you've got all the tanks are aggressive, hit on threes.
That's the Shermans at the moment, yes.
Shermans. And the trained 4+. The only things that are careful are M10s.
When you say train and 4+, is that to get back in?
It's just skill, motivations to get back in.
Okay.
So, yeah, it just seems they weren't. I suppose they were pretty gung ho at D-Day. They were going to invade without a flank, so I suppose. I just feel like they've kind of missed out on giving the Americans a decent force for kind of the invasion of Europe, because they were pretty decent. They'd learned how to fight in the Pacific and in Africa, so they should be a bit better, I think. The Germans, on the other hand, are all veterans and do everything on threes and hit on fours. So yeah, tough luck, America. So yeah, you've got the usual suspects, lots and lots of heavy tanks. Played a game with Mark earlier, which if you've seen the start of the video, you'll probably catch.
The start of this video called the clean up, not the actual ending of it.
Oh, right.
Actually, as I started the video, it was
clean up.
Just finished it.
Okay.
So it was clean up.
So it was Panthers, Tigers versus M10s, Sherman 75s, and my infantry, and it ended up being a draw. But he was butchering me, so I was quite happy that we.
Don't worry, we definitely mentioned that you did. Definitely got butchered.
They also have 3 choices of aircraft for the Germans: the Stuka dive bomber, the Stuka 3.7cm tank hunter flight, and the HS-129, which was the heavy fighter. Compared to the Americans only getting access to that's me filling in time with silly noise. The Americans only have access to the Warhawk, which is the same one as they had in the desert. Now, invasion of Europe, Fortress Europe, rings to me of things like P-41 Mustang. And
your history is better than mine.
Yeah, memory is not as good though. Was it the P-41 or the P-47? The Mustang.
We do shout out random questions to Sean, and he has a knack of answering very well.
So I'm going to wait for Sean to answer that one.
Or Mace, who's quicker?
Yeah, who's quicker, Sean or Mace? Sean or Mace?
I didn't hear the question.
Any old excuse.
What's the number at Mustang?
P50 and P51.
Is it a P-51? Okay, I'll go with P-51.
Isn't that a form you get down at the job centre?
No, that's P45, isn't it?
P45.
Yep, P51.
P51 Mustang is the one that I would have thought they would have had. And again, the British, as we look at the British, don't have the one that I would have thought they'd have either. They should have the Hawker Typhoon. That was what we invaded Europe with, and they have the one from the desert, I believe, which is a bit shit. So the Germans rock up with...
Yeah, we've got RC Destroyer P51 and P47 as well, jumping in there.
I suppose he would have won that because Sean had the advantage of a 2-minute lag.
Yeah.
So the Germans are locking up with a strong air force. Now, historically, we know they didn't have a strong air force. Otherwise, their air cover over the beaches would have been far superior to what it was. We had air superiority.
But then again, this is where you get into that fine line of historical accuracy and historical wargaming. There's always going to be variations. I mean, conversation the other day with Team Yankee and the Russian tanks. The fact that they were quite quick, quite manoeuvrable, and they were hard to hit because they were lower down. Yet in Team Yankee, you hit them easier than anything else.
And now the British, on the other hand, are all careful 4+. They have the Firefly, which has got a nice anti-tank. They have heavily armoured Churchills.
That was the case of the Churchills, wasn't it?
They have... There's nothing here that's hit on a 3. So... Even the Priest hit on a 4.
You should know that anyway, because you was playing with priests earlier on.
Yeah, no, my priests were American priests.
Yeah.
Identical points, except you get 6 priests for the Americans compared to 4 priests for the British. So 2 more priests. I'm sure there's a clergy joke in there somewhere. But then those two priests you get basically die faster when they're on 3s. The Achilles, is it Achilles? It's called an M10 anti-tank platoon for the British. I think it was the Achilles. Put a 17-pounder gun in it and give it an anti-tank 14 rather than 12, which is what the Americans are. And of course it's the Kitty Hawk fighter bomber, and they're giving you artillery. Well, you're ranging in with 2 aircraft, which is just a bag of wank, really, because it makes it harder to hit when you actually try and hit the enemy. So, give me the German any day. And again, where's our Spitfires? Where's the upgunned Hurricane?
Well, saying that, if you're wanting airplane models, why not total over to Blood Red Skies?
Benny can't have tanks.
Yeah, I know.
It just sucks poo face. And then, of course, you've got the Russians, who are hit on 3s rather than 2s. So in mid-war, they hit on 2s. Now they've learned how to fight. They're hit on 3s. And they get the IL-2 Sturmovik Assault Company, which is 2 Sturmoviks which are dropping bombs and rockets. Which, as
did you say German forces? Because this is Russian.
I meant to say Russian. What did I say? German?
Yeah, I think you said German. But yeah, this is like the Soviet one.
So right, we'll just cut
we've
and
got the
go
little
back. We'll just, hang on.
Soviet symbol there.
So we can just edit that. It's fine. So you've got the Soviet forces, which seamless, absolutely seamless. Soviet forces, which are now hit on 3s rather than 2s.
I think that was after, because I think it was
After they learned how to fight.
T-34s as well. They spend more time chucking everything in it than what they end up doing with the T-34s. Is they realised, well, we'll just keep the basics in it to keep it running and shooting, because I realise there's no point in making a tank that will last 2 years when you know it only going to last 2 months on the field.
Yeah. 10 T-34, so 30 points. That's the same price as 2 Tiger tanks. Although, you can up gun them to 85mm, which gives you anti-tank 12, but it costs 2 points a model. So that'd be an extra 20 points for a full unit of 10. Jeez, that's a lot of points.
But didn't you say they were changing the points for tanks and infantry around?
No, I'm just talking about how much more expensive it is to get a bigger gun.
Oh, right. Sorry.
But yeah, no, they've made everything a bit cheaper in this version. So that we can get more for our points. And we can buy more. There are an awful lot of anti-tank weapons.
Well, yeah, because there are more tanks out generally, so people were combating them a lot more.
Notice the Russians have got more anti-tank.
Oh, the Russians have. Oh.
They've got shed loads of anti-tank. Surprised the SU-152 is only front armour 7, since it was one of the heaviest armoured tanks around at the time. And the Ferdinand, which was as heavy, is now armour 17.
Wasn't that because Germany chucked a load of tanks at the Russian Soviet during part of the war, which is probably why they went more anti-tank?
They did, yeah. They took a hell of a lot of the Russians.
Which is probably why they're more focused on anti-tank than anything else.
That's the book. It's pretty. Obviously, if you want to know more or buy it, that would be nice. But yeah, it's quite nice. It's nice to see the Russians got a bit of an improvement. Upset that the Americans didn't get an improvement. But you can't have everything.
Yeah.
So if you want to do a army from this book, it's either German or British, in my opinion. They're going to be the tier armies to look out for.
So that's going to be both armies you not got, because I think you've only got Americans?
Yeah. I've got some British. I've got British, about 75 points of British. But I don't use them because I don't like. To be honest, I never liked the British uniform in World War II. I just thought it looked silly. Whereas the Americans looked the part, as did the Germans. The Germans looked the part. The Italians looked a bit silly. But yeah, I liked the American uniform and the German uniform as I think the best looking uniforms in the war. Put a soldier in that, I'll turn myself into a sailor any day. So, one book done. Put that aside. So the unit cards, I won't open all the unit cards because we'll be here forever if I do. I did open the American ones earlier, and it gives you a full complement of unit cards so that you can convert your current forces. You can actually use them with these cards. You don't have to buy anything new. So if you've already got a Flames War army, which is I had some already, you have all the unit cards you need there to play this period of the war. Now, personally, I think it's a bit cheeky that they would bring out this pack of unit cards but then not have the same unit cards as in the Fury and Hit the Beach. Did they look the same? You got
That's from the Fury set.
yeah, the same, just different. Obviously, you don't get the 76mm in this pack. Why they haven't given you a 76mm tank, I don't know. You just got the standard M4 Sherman. So basically, you've got what came out of the desert, just cheaper. Feel a bit ripped off in a way.
because they missed out the 76.
Interesting to see if the British one's got the Firefly in it.
Well, there's only one way to find out, isn't there?
Crack it open. Thing is, the Germans, I mean, obviously they were the, I'm going to say superior forces, other than the fact they were led by idiots. They were superior in armour, training, equipment. And if they hadn't have been led by people who had no idea, and if Hitler hadn't got rid of all the good generals in his purge, when he got paranoid, then there's a good chance they would have actually won the war. Because they could have kicked us out on D-Day quite fast with the reserves they had sat behind the lines. They just basically a bit like at Dunkirk. This is possibly like it was a child lock on it. What they're calling trying to open a tablets and it's just going click, 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 click. When your child gets hold of it and it does it in first go. Adult proof, not child proof. Thank you.
That's okay.
So, La British, in a French accent. First Sherman I come to, so Sherman Armoured Troop. Compared to the American tank platoon. We have same armour, same confidence and training, but they're careful 4+ for the British and aggressive for the Americans.
Makes more sense because the Americans were more aggressive than British.
Same speed. British have got the Americans have got a stabiliser and the British have got no stabiliser. So the Americans get 2 shots moving, but the British get 1 shot moving. But the Americans are +1 to the moving rate of fire to hit roll. You can get a Firefly. You'll need the Firefly car, it's probably near somewhere. So, for 17 points, you can get 3 Sherman 75s and 1 Firefly. For the Americans, it's 5 Sherman 75s for 18 points. So, if 1 point more, you get another Sherman 75. But you are hit on a 3 rather than a 4. Which is amazing because it makes a lot of difference when you're shooting somebody at long range who has smoke in front of them and you hit them on 5s rather than 6s. It's a huge difference. Massive difference, as I found out earlier when all my tanks got blew to smithereens.
Are you using smoke as well then?
I wasn't using smoke, but I was in cover, which is like smoke.
Well, same thing, isn't it? Yeah.
And he was just getting rounds through like there's no tomorrow. And if it was like lots of 5s being rolled, and if it was needing 6s,
It's definitely changed that, wouldn't it?
It would have changed it completely. So the Firefly, I've got Churchill, 3 Churchills for 12 points. That is amazing.
That's cheap, isn't it?
It feels cheap. What did I say the Sherman was? 3 Sherman 75s for 10 points, or 3 Churchills for 12 points. And these are the Churchills from Italy. Italian Armoured Squadron. They are firepower 4+ compared to 3+ for the Americans. And they've got 1 less shot when they move, but they've got a better front armour, armour 8. And they are also hit on 4s, so kind of better.
Anti-tank?
4+. Oh, 10. Same. So it's a 6-pounder rather than a 75mm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, so the blowing you up, the firepower's not as good. So you're gonna bail more tanks out, but then you're gonna survive longer. I don't know. Would you rather survive longer or blow more tanks up? It's a toss up, really, isn't it? Probably better bailing more tanks out because 2 bails is a blow up.
Yeah.
They've got lots of cool little stuff. Anti-tank guns, their priest, which is hit on fours. Wouldn't have saved it if I'd have been playing with it today. £25. And basically everything in the British is hit on fours. And they get the Kitty Hawk, which I hate the Kitty Hawk. If somebody can find out whether bombs are any good, no penalty for having one or two weapons firing. Only teams from this unit can spot for it. So there's no penalty for having two, so you don't suffer the +1 to hit. So you're hitting on standard. So you come in, you range in with your skill, which is 4+. You dropped your bomb, then you're hitting them on whatever you normally hit on.
So that's not too bad, showing your bombs and guns. And stuff.
If it's your only option, then take it, isn't it, really? If you need some aircraft, take them. But 6 points, I think that's how much the Stukas were earlier. I'd rather have a Stuka.
Right, well, I'm not surprised in what they did to you, anyway.
I'd rather have an anti-aircraft gun.
Yeah.
So, anti-aircraft for the British. We got any? A Boffer's anti-aircraft. So that's an anti-aircraft. It's got a 24-inch range. It fires 3 shots. Its anti-tank rating is 7, so it can blow vehicles up as well if they get close enough to it. Firepower 4+, dedicated AA. Uses full rate of fire when shooting aircraft.
What's rate of fire?
3 shots. Firepower 4+, so
How many can you have in a unit?
you get 6. 6 for 8 points.
3
6
shots
for
each.
8 points, 3 shots each. That's going to down an aircraft, isn't it?
Should do quite easily, yeah.
Americans. Say American. Don't know, it sounds like a... They have 4. And they fire 4 shots at 20 inches.
So you're better off for the British for that then, aren't you?
The Americans are an armoured tank unit with a 4+ save. Aggressive. Gun shield rule. In bulletproof cover. Oh yes please, a lot of coffee. If you're not fussed about your Boffers, well, your anti-aircraft being mobile, then the Boffers is better. Because you've got 6 of them for 8 points, compared to 4 37mm anti-aircraft for the Americans. The American one looks a hell of a lot cooler. But 18 shots compared to 16 shots, but the Americans hit on 3s, so the Boffers are going to survive longer, and they've got a better range on the Boffers. So I would probably take the Boffers as an allied detachment to the Americans, because you can have one allied. I'm not sure whether you can have that as an allied though. So if the worst comes to the worst, take the T-28E1, as it's called. That is all the anti-aircraft you get. Other than every single Sherman has got an anti-aircraft 50 cal on it. Lots of anti-tank stuff, machine gun. You only get 1 shot with the 50 cal though, so you need a lot of tanks to get your shots off. I found earlier with the Stuka coming in that it annihilated my forces quite fast. Two Stukas coming in every turn, so it would have been nice to have had some anti-aircraft fire just to be able to shoot them down. For 6 points, I'm not sure it would have made a big difference. Might try them. So yeah, that is the Americans and the British. Basically the rest are as nice pictures and stuff. I don't think anything else needs to be said about them. So if you want to... Ooh, come on. I can't get it in now. It's got stuck. It's got stuck on the way in. Try and close that back up. That is the American cards. And then I'll put the British cards back in here. Would be interesting to see if you can have no, you can only fill compulsory units from US formation as support. And one US formation as an allied. Yeah, so you can't take the Boffers in an American army, which I mean I don't see why you couldn't. They were allies at the end of the day, weren't they? What I'll do is I'll quickly open up the others anyway while Josh is making the coffee. Yeah. And I'll get you the point for the Stuka. What we got? Question?
No questions at the moment, no.
Isn't that say tigers?
Yes, that was Red Scorch Lord. And on saying tigers, yeah! Because we mentioned about the tigers, didn't
I can't open these cards.
Really?
Let's go from the bottom. We're gonna go into the Germans from the bottom, man. Right, so let's see if you can see what a Stuka. £6 for the HS. 9 points for a Stuka. Paid a lot of points for them Stukas. And they were damn good. Aircraft saver 3 up. Compared to... what were the other one?
HS isn't really that better compared to the Stalker, is it?
Got a 2 up save. Can survive a lot more anti-aircraft fire.
Oh, I can survive 5 a bit longer, but going to take it in 2 good, along with the firepower 5 up.
It's got one more shot though.
Yes, Red Scorch Lord, especially after today's game, he has put Stalker's rule, Priest's rule. Oh.
Yeah, they do. Stuka's rule, Priest rule. Notice
How
all
many,
stuck together.
How many priests did you have on the table?
12.
How many got killed by Stalkers?
About 11.
11, wow. How many times did you shoot at them as well? Because you had some...
Every single turn. Right, so... Germans rock up to the battlefield with 3 quad AA batteries, 5 shots each. They are 6 points, same as the Allies were, and they get 4 SDK, so 10 4s, which are 3 shots, so that's better.
We have a question.
Mm-hmm.
This is from Mace. So, where are the rules for the 76s? You were unhappy at beginning as 2 sets or something. I think that was about the 76 being in the old set of cards, not in the new set for the late war.
Yeah, the... Hang on, what? He's asking, what, in this video, why am I upset?
No, it just says here, so where are the... You put where instead of where. So where are the rules for 76s? You were unhappy at the beginning as 2 sets or something.
Yeah, so the Hit the Beach and the Fury set, you get the 76mm Sherman
That's it.
in that set. But in the unit cards, those ones, you do not get the 76mm Sherman in these unit cards. And since that says it's... I mean, it is Fortress Europe, but D-Day was Fortress Europe, was it not? We invaded Fortress Europe. That was what the Atlantic War was all about.
Yeah.
So surely it should have... I've got a clue of you. Surely it should have all that in it. It should have the 76... I mean, the British got the Firefly. And wasn't the Firefly the same time as the 76mm?
Yeah.
So we should find this out.
What do you want me to find out?
Google when the 76mm Sherman came into service. (1832). Well done, Tom. That was quick. I'm quite impressed, mate. It's almost like you didn't even search that.
I think.
July 44.
July 44. Well done, Sean. And when did the Firefly come into service?
Yeah. Sorry, mate. I did kind of a little dig on the spelling there. Yeah. He says, wow, got done for the spelling.
True, right? Just like you get done if you paint your Sherman with the wrong green.
No. It's the same you should get done if you're getting your entire family to do your modelling and not yourself.
That's like...
That's a brilliant
much
idea.
kudos, really.
That's a brilliant idea.
I'd kill to get my family to do mine for me.
No, you say it though. You've got your missus do the painting for you and you've regretted that one, haven't you?
Yeah, well, no, because she's good.
Oh yeah, no, but she's
I've not
better
even
than
put
you.
them back in, have I?
No.
Oh, well, never mind. They can sit there and get attacked by the Russians.
Still hot.
Can't find anything, any specifics. So it says late 44.
You what, sorry?
It says late 44.
Late 44. Well, late 44 to me isn't January 44, is it?
No.
Keith, it's you.
Hi, Keith. Anybody who doesn't know, Keith just walked in. Boom! He's coming to buy some Flames of War, you see. He's going to buy all the Flames of War.
That's
So
a nice,
I'll
reasonable,
remind you.
affordable price for you.
So, for 2 points, you can get yourself 3 anti-aircraft guns for the Russians that fire 3 shots halted.
Red Scorched Lord says, hi Keith.
No one says hello to me, they always say hello to Keith. And that's all the anti-aircraft we have.
Wow, really?
A truck with a machine gun on the back of it. Loads of rifle companies there.
There's this Russians.
Yeah. Tons and tons and tons, and the dirt cheap as well.
Heart Soul 79 says, hi Matt.
Yay!
It's one person. At least someone cares.
It's standard, really. It's what you'd expect of the Soviet forces. Loads of cool stuff, but nothing massively heavily armoured.
Red Scorched Lord says, hi Matt, been with you most of the day though. Tick, tick, tick. You still not figured out who that is, have you? Do you want to know who Red Scorched Lord is?
It's obviously Mark, but I'm trying to think of something funny to say. There's cogs of me trying to think of a joke, and I couldn't think of one.
I literally thought you didn't know who he wasn't.
It's literally only been him in here today with me. Everybody else has kind of walked in and walked out. Obviously, I have to purchase Aisha.
Wow, brilliant, mate.
Purchase Aisha? What's purchase Aisha mean?
This is brilliant news. Mace has said, in fairness, they do their own stuff. This is with his family doing bits. But his eldest has made his own colour scheme and everything for the models.
What, his Stormcast?
Assuming yes, because I think
So he thinks that his Flames of Awesome is just like pink and purple with green polka dots on it.
Brilliant camera.
So that was me just looking at the Soviet cards. I didn't really tell you much about them. They're nice cards. There's not a great deal to say about the Soviet forces that you don't already know. They hit on threes and everything else is the same. Because they always had good stuff. They just didn't have much of it to begin with.
No, it wasn't until the Cold War they got quite good with technology and stuff.
And even then it wasn't exactly amazing. It was still pretty basic.
Yeah.
That is a very full pack of cards for the Germans. It's the hardest one to...
Something like with the Americans as well, talking about technology. When I got to the Cold War, they actually used GPS for the first time. It was very flaky, but they kind of tested that in World War II kind of times, but it didn't flake too well, so just left it, gave it dust and cranked it out in the Cold War to use it in the deserts.
I didn't know that.
You can tell I've been watching recently, can't you?
Peter Pan.
Yes.
I thought so. So, we've got the bombardment marker, smoke bombardment markers, which I was looking forward to using today, and then didn't fire any smoke bombardment, which is probably why I died so fast.
Yes.
Always use smoke in World War II. I neglected to remember to take my mortar teams. So these are actually quite nice. They are... they smell gorgeous because it is... plastic with paper glued over it, and then it is laser cut. So they even smell like things are on fire.
I don't know what I'm trying to smell because I do have a cold at the moment, as you can tell. I'm getting a faint hint of plastic.
It's a little bit dodgy to put together.
Oh, nice. Mace is actually put. Also, Matt, don't joke. She was discussing pink with yellow polka dot tiger tanks. The Blobby Brigade.
Oh. I would take great pleasure in killing that Blobby Brigade. They're not brill, as in they tear when you put them together, but they look alright. I think. And they stay together quite nicely.
So you can say they're a tight fit, don't you?
They are a tight fit, yeah. Very tight fit. Oh. So you get... John must spill your coffee then, sorry.
I don't drink coffee.
Oh, right, yeah.
Remember the other day I had that literally 2 granules of coffee in my tea, and that's all I could taste, coffee in my tea.
It's because you're a weirdo.
Not because I drink tea, or because I don't like coffee.
Because you don't like coffee.
No, I'm British.
No, you're a southerner.
There you go, I'm even more British.
Southerners aren't British, they're weirdos. That's...
Says you northern folk. Have you broke it?
It doesn't want to fit. Look at the state of that when I put it together.
Oh, wow. This goes to show what Matt was on about the tear. I'll come round. As they are quite tightly fitting, you can see there. Focus in. There we are. Right, the tear on the paper there that's been put onto the plastic.
It just needs that, really. That's all it needs.
That's from Matt's news.
So it doesn't need anything else, does it?
Well, funny enough, if you've got a marker, that will do, because pet peeve for me is, yes, you can have them that way, so show it's smaller smoke and that for large smoke, but you've got that white line down the middle all the time, no matter which way you hold it. But like that, you've not got the white line to do with halfway through it.
See, what I'm wondering is whether to make myself some extra bases and have them.
Summoners can't take coffee. That is very true. Yes. We have a question from Mace. How do you get Last Bastion mugs? How? We've been waiting for that question for many a year.
Yeah, the Last Bastion mugs have got the wrong website address on.
They still have the right phone number on.
They've got the right phone number, which is a good start.
Yeah,
You can buy them from Last Bastion. We do have a range of merchandise which isn't very well advertised. I believe the mugs were tenner. I think they're £10. We've got pens, flashlights, all sorts. I will get them out and show people them at some point in my life.
Because the reason why they've got the one wrong website on it is because originally when we did get these cups done, we did actually have
Last Bastion hyphen.
Yeah, Last Bastion. Yeah,
Last hyphen Bastion.
Last-Bastion.co.uk. And then, but where we didn't get the website fully finished off, by the time we got round to renewing it, we didn't bother.
And then we managed to get Last Bastion.
Yeah,
.co.uk.
without the hyphen.
Without the hyphen, so it's even better. So these are now the destroyed markers. So these are smoke bombardment markers. And these are destroyed markers. And to be honest, a bit of glue. In fact, you don't need a bit of glue. There you go, done. I'm not sure why you need that bit.
I can tell you why.
No, I know why, but why can't you just mount that on another base and have little tiny flames? Because that looks stupid.
Because this way I'll put it on the wrong side.
There's one on each side.
Yeah, well, we'll do a before and after. So, Matt says that would be good enough as is. And why have it on the other side? That's because extra fire. Looks a little bit nicer.
But the cheap person within me,
Actually,
and the fact that you commented earlier, put it sideways, just looks like a load of white.
fine enough. I just noticed something about that as well. We've just put it in, and there's quite a bit of gappage there. I don't think you've noticed that, no.
You would glue them together, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah, no, I really would. Just because I wouldn't be able to.
But then what about that?
My OCD would kick in too much. That
It's just white, isn't it?
no. I mean, how long are you waiting for these?
About a year.
Do you want to grab one of the flame? Well,
Yeah.
destroy markers you've got at the moment. Just grab one.
This is what I'm using at the minute from Warlord Games.
And what you get from Warlord Games is pretty much a box, well not a box, same kind of size as this, and has a load of the fluff, and quite a few bases to make.
When you say fluff, you don't mean information about smoke.
No, not information about like literally the fluffy cottony thing, cotton wool. Is it cotton wool?
Yeah,
Cotton wool.
I think it is.
Coloured cotton wool.
I just get a load of fluff about how smoke works.
It was a 64-page pamphlet.
I mean, they're nice, don't get me wrong, they're nice. I'd be tempted to, if I was doing it, not glue those on, and I'd glue them to another base, put two on a base, just like that.
I suppose, well, how many do you get in the pack?
2, 4, 8.
So, you get 8 destroyed markers. Now, this is a prime example here. How many of your stuff got destroyed?
About 25?
25. Now,
Would have been more if I killed some of his tanks.
that would mean you'd have to buy just over
6 packs.
Well, no, you're getting 8 in a pack and you destroyed 25.
Yeah, but I was only
You're
looking
looking
at
back
points.
yeah. So you're looking about 4 packs at
Yeah,
least.
four packs at least.
To which you probably would actually bet with Matt's idea of having the
At least 16.
keeping the large ones and doing the small ones on an individual basis as well, because
Didn't mean to cut you off, sorry.
no, that's right, that's perfectly fine. I've got used to over the years. But yeah,
Well, you do, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
but no, you would be better off.
You do it a lot, don't I?
But generally, you've got quite a good stuff to say, so that's why I let you.
I don't have anything to say. But you were saying, anyway, before I interrupted you.
Yeah, but I was just saying I would actually use your idea of sticking to just using the individual tool ones, get some different bases just for the small ones. Can you say that the you know the Games Workshop bases with the slits in? I think they're 20 or something. That you used to buy from. Though this would accommodate that gap.
Yeah, they would. You could actually just slot that into the.
Yeah, the slot there. Quite a nice one.
You could do that. Yeah.
We've also got from Red Scorchlord that the cotton wool ones look better, especially on priests. Wow, he's burning you.
Yeah, I mean, just
Well, sit quite nice, don't they?
yeah, sit quite nice on a priest.
Didn't you get into the habit of not gluing it in your turrets? So you could remove the turrets and have the flames sit on top.
So, for instance, here is a Sherman. Sherman without its turret. Ta-da!
I think to start off, we did actually magnetise them for effect, but then you realise you don't need to magnetise them.
And what you could even do is you can part the cotton wool.
It has just reminded me of one of your more brilliant ones.
And have it like that.
Do you remember the one where you actually put the turret on top?
Ah, yes. That requires a peg, though. Chieftain,
So we've got the chieftain.
he says. It's not its thing glued in, but
Yeah. Now that on a table is that's hilariously brilliant.
so that is made out of blue foam. That one. That's blue foam. Styrofoam. Yeah. And then I've also got. That is cotton wool that had a red wash applied to it, and then it was black wash, I think it was, on the outside, and it gives it quite hard, like crust, but then it's still got the fluffiness to it, which is weird. So that was that one, which
It may look just black in the in the video, but there is a nice bit of redness underlying
that's
to
the
it.
other one I made.
What other one?
There's 3 like this. There's that one, and a different one.
Probably one
Oh,
that's
it's there,
still
look. And that is one that I just did with black
Yeah.
and left white showing. So I think that may have been the black, and then I put the red over it, which is how it's turned. You know.
Yeah.
So I was experimenting with different types, and by far they're like the best visual.
Because thankfully, with the cotton wool, you don't have to worry if it goes flat. Fuck it up.
It's brilliant stuff. And again, you can do that with it, and then next time just twist it together, and you've got your flames again. So yeah, it's brilliant. And you've got some epic ones where I went completely overboard. I mean, that's a proper inferno, that one.
We call this the Mohawk.
I might actually.
You'll have to turn to the side for
There we
it.
go. Well, mohawks went to the side, didn't they?
No, but you turn it to the side for the full effect of it.
My new hairdo.
We've got May saying fluffy crust.
And again, that could quite easily have made 3, in all fairness. You don't need many. You can make an awful lot out of those packs. I like those.
The white edges are known for me.
The white edging is annoying. You'd probably end up.
I think that is...
Visually, I think these are better.
I think that is the one problem you always get though when you buy anything plastic marker wise. Depending on some senior eyes, you always get a white edge to it, which deters from the visual.
Well, it's like when you buy laser cut pre-painted scenery, and it's got the laser cut edge around it that isn't painted.
Yeah. Not only that though, but with most
So-
laser cut scenery, it can be quite tedious to paint.
It can, because the MDF doesn't paint very well.
No, you've got to put a thin coat or glue or something on top first, then paint it like that.
Also, something to note is that they've actually updated these cards onto the web app style thing they've got.
Your
It's good to buy them, but
Army app.
yeah, the Army app. It only cost $4, I think it was, for the Americans.
I think it said $6 last time, didn't it? Couple of dollars.
Sure, it was $4, and I bought the German ones, and I think I bought the British ones as well. And it really wasn't much. I spent about £10 in the end on updating it, which gave me the ability to make my list today. So
We have
I still use the unit cards on the table.
We have a comment from Mace to do with the markers. The plastic stuff looks terrible and something you'd build in primary school. The cotton wool screams hobby.
I would never have built that in primary school. It's too good for me.
But I can see where he's going.
But no, they are hobby. They are time gluing them to bases, making them look fluffy and stuff. So, but they're quick and easy. They go together quite nicely. I think they're good as smoke bombardment markers because when you're using cotton wool, we used cotton wool the other week, and you can't actually get the right. It's supposed to be a 2-inch ball of cotton wool, so it's difficult to measure it now. See if it's 2 inches.
Well, yeah, you set a standard now, so you got to check, haven't you? So that is 2-inch round base, yeah.
And it doesn't really matter how high it is.
No, it's coming just under 3 inches.
The idea is that I used smoke incorrectly the first time I used it. So this is a German tiger tank bearing down on my Sherman.
No, sorry, I only got...
Here is my Sherman going as best he can Fury style at a tiger tank, and I was firing smoke here. Okay,
It's a choo-choo train.
thinking he's going to have to shoot through it.
Oh no, where have
Right.
you gone? Oh no.
But what I should have been doing with this person firing smoke was targeting me, because it was a 5 to hit the tiger, because it was a 4+ confident, and it was at long range, which was another +1 to hit. Whereas if you hit that Sherman, which is American, hit on 3s, and you're here, you hit that on 3s or you hit that on 5s. So you put the smoke in front of your tank, which means you can't see
So
your tank.
rather than... So you're saying you're Americans and you're putting the smoke in front of the other people.
Yeah.
Right. I can see your tactical flaw there straight away, you're saying.
Why?
Well, because you're saying because to hit them, it's going to be hard for you to hit them.
No, you do that. Yeah. So this guy goes bang,
Yeah.
didn't kill him. Mortar, smokes him. So now he can't shoot me in his turn.
Oh, you mean basically you should have shot the Sherman first,
But
then the smoke?
if I'd have shot my Sherman with the smoke after he'd shot, it's easier to hit my Sherman, isn't it? Because he's hit on 4s and he's hit on 3s. long range makes him hit on 5s.
Yeah.
Also, I put the smoke here. What's he do?
Move round.
Beep, beep, beep. This tank is reversing.
Yeah, space. It's always better to use smoke
So-
on your own troops.
Yeah, use smoke on your own troops, put the smoke environment in front of your men, and then no matter where they go, that tank is smoked.
So it's still covered.
And of course, the Americans love to shoot their own units, so go ahead. Smoke as much as you like.
We've got from Mace. Can you just get some 2-inch MDF bases and glue grey cotton wool? That would look better. It would for smoke, I would say.
Cotton wool is, as we've found in games, when you pull the cotton wool apart, it goes fluffy and gets stuck to your fingers. You know, like our fingers,
Oh yeah.
with all the rough skin. And you end up with bits of cotton wool all over the place.
Kind of like cat fluff.
Like cat fluff, yeah. Whereas these things, which aren't actually these, I don't know what these are made of, but the light cotton wool, but actually
No.
not cotton wool, and that's the same. The black stuff isn't quite cotton wool. I'm not sure what it is. It's some sort of fibre.
So
Just normal wool.
it's a type that doesn't actually
So
poof on your base.
yeah, it doesn't poof. Whereas cotton wool poofs on you,
Yeah.
and you end up with it all over the place. And also if you put anything on it, it flattens. You go to store it, it'll flatten, and you got to pull it all apart again and get all the poof all over the place. So they are useful, I reckon. They're not.
So you'd rather use these smoke tokens rather than these.
I'd rather use the smoke token and these because basically you pop these down in front of your tanks, and next turn, at the start of the turn, it goes away, it blows away, it's gone. That's more of a permanent thing.
So yeah, I
So
suppose.
they're going to be on your tank when they're dead.
Yeah.
Whereas these are going to be like, oh, just put that down there, and then next turn it's gone.
So for something that's not on the board for a long, lengthy time,
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter too much about.
Well, I suppose if you fire it every single turn, it's there each turn, but you're going to be moving these a lot.
Yeah.
So you'd be like, oh, I'll take it off.
So
Sorry,
yeah,
I'll take it off,
having
put
these
it
would be
on.
quite ideal because, like I said,
Yeah.
it's good to grip.
And of
So-
course, you only have maybe you only need about 3 packs of these, but these are better use. Whereas these, you'll probably need a lot more of these because you rely on your opponent having these. If your opponent says, "Oh, can I have some of your destroyed markers?" If you have the smoke markers, then I don't know what I was going to say. Blah! That's basically what I was going to say. Yeah.
Long, short of it, flame markers, use those cotton ones because better aesthetics on the table for longer.
Yeah.
Plastic ones for the smoke ones, use those because they're on and off the table a lot more, and it's a lot easier to just go like
Yeah.
that rather than try and grab fluff.
Yeah. Exactly.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Comments?
Mhm.
Yeah, you're gonna have to read this one. So this was doing with the
Oh my
flame
god.
markers as well, yeah.
Non-poof cotton wool, got it.
Yeah. Yep, non-poof.
And that is an easy 8 with the wrong tracks. So, historical gamers beware, I don't actually make my tanks correctly. That was a customer who wanted the Easy 8 tracks to convert Shermans for the 7-day war of the Arab-Israeli, for playing Fate of a Nation. So he had normal Shermans and he wanted to put the Easy 8 tracks on it. So I bought, it was Paul Stringer, I bought him a load of, I bought a load of the Easy 8s and said, don't worry, I don't care about historical accuracy. I'll just put normal Sherman N4 tracks on it and use it as a 76mm Sherman with the body of an Easy 8. But yeah, the plastic kit is way better than the resin one was. The new plastic kit's amazing by comparison. So yeah, other than me being pissed off that we don't have 76mm Shermans, it's not bad.
And it is getting close to your challenge as well, to build up the challenge.
Somebody just reminded us that.
Oh, they remind me a bit back. I think it was about 15 minutes ago. Don't forget to do a challenge, yes. I was slightly after Keith came in. Sweet Wraith has put, likes the fluffy fire, looks awesome, but the plastic, I guess, is more play friendly.
It is more play friendly. I just thought it was gay friendly then.
No play. Why do you have two sets of guys?
In case one breaks. What if one breaks halfway through? I'm going to lose time, aren't I?
See, I'm glad I actually refrained from what I was going to do, because I was going to lend you my cutters because they still got a spring in them.
Yeah.
But seeing you said they might break, I don't trust you with those now.
Well, every clipper that I touch breaks.
Even more so, a reason not to trust you.
Right, so Sherman 75.
Sorry?
I should probably get something to protect my table mat, shouldn't I?
Yes, 2 seconds. Shall I get you?
Then they can't see me fail with that. Oh yeah, good idea.
What, with a flat tray?
Yeah, you can see with the flat tray, can't they?
Now, are we wanting Matt to file down the models as well and trim them up? Or are we just wanting for cut and stick? That's the question.
Yeah, it's a question. Cut and stick or take off all the doodads.
Now, mate, I am right with you with the time in it. Just need to. I've got no idea. I'll find a timer on the freaking laptop.
Any files over there, Sean? Files. Modelling files.
Yes.
Can you bring one over?
Oh, put it back. Your files here, which means that for a time.
Oh my god, not them. My Games Workshop ones. Black handle. Black rubber handle. What on earth's that noise? Is that my
That's
phone
actually
going?
fine. We've got Sweet Wraith. Took 25 minutes as a newbie to put the model together. We've got Mace's gone for a full clean, so you will be filing this. Sweet Wraith has also put file it, female dog, and she does mean please though. So yes, you are not getting out of this one. Is that alright for you?
That's perfect. What was that?
Right in front of him.
On the desk?
Yeah, he's here.
I was looking for a set of files. Since you said modelling files.
He was looking for Peter.
What I meant was, I've got about 10 modelling files. If you can find one of them, bring it over.
Some there.
That were literally the only other one I knew about, apart from the ones I brought to you.
The one in the drawers as well.
That's why I couldn't see them on your desk then, because they're in your drawer.
Okay, we are wanting the 76, I believe.
75.
75.
What was the challenge? Was 75 or 76?
I thought it was 76. I might have got confused because of that's the one sort of unit card.
That's an M10.
That's something. Well, definitely not the M10 then, is it? Well, you just been following
Oh,
the
it could have
chat.
been sabotaged, couldn't it? What was the chat? I've not read anything. I can't
It's
see
the
it.
75.
Okay.
It's just about the Sweet Wraith saying, obviously, with the.
There's a 75 hole
What, eh?
on the table.
Oh, no, which one?
Right hand side. Oh, you know the tracks.
Yeah.
Oh, they're there. No, this is everything. This is it.
Well, okay, so this could be quite a long timed one if Matt can't find all the pieces. Would you like the instructions?
No.
Has it got instructions in this?
It has. I'm not going to follow the instructions. I should be a pro at this now.
Yeah, true. Right.
Have we got to put all the bits on?
Define bit as in accessories?
All the accessories.
That's a lot of accessories in there, isn't it? I'll probably say no with the accessories.
Okay. I'll narrate it as I do it.
Because if you think about it, you're doing like the factory process for actually making the tank, and obviously through the manufacturing process in the factory, they didn't put the accessories on.
Well, and the extra bit of track link.
Oh yeah, so one little bits like that, yeah.
Jerry cans. Spare wheel.
Oh no, Mace, full build,
Full.
full build.
But what if there's nowhere to put the accessories?
Well, then you look at the instructions.
In the instructions, is there any way to put the accessories?
No, that's
Might
not
be.
big. I'm
Here
assuming
we
it's
go.
not good.
Right.
Track guards, guns, yeah, everything, man.
No.
What?
No.
What do you mean, no?
Sherman 75 is tracks, little front, little back, that turret with a gun.
Okay, so
It says don't know if have some pieces missing, left over. The 76 has the track guards.
we've got 75 there. Actually, no accessories on it. So we'll go for the no accessories bit. Right, on the instructions don't show it. Yeah, you're right. They don't show anything.
Did they show the 76 with the... No, they don't put a track gun on the 76 either.
So the accessories are optional. Stick to the basic then, yeah? Oh, the instructions don't... this is Mace. The instructions don't show anything. Hence the challenge.
Okay.
Well, I'll give you a minute or so to actually look them up. So we'll go for timer.
I don't need that. Go on. The challenge of the pro model builder.
Wait, because we need to set the timer going.
So put the clippers down. Put the clippers down, man.
Oh, Mace built with the guards and accessories.
Of course he did.
So,
Setting the bar high, isn't he?
I know, and he just... You wanted a challenge? It's supposed to be a challenge, not any easy walk from the park.
Okay.
So, we are going for Shaman build.
Number 1.
Okay. Right in my direction as well. I'm glad I've got a cold. I will not be able to smell it if I can. No, it's wrong. Right, so. Are you confident?
Very. I reckon less than 10 minutes.
Less than 10 minutes.
Less than 10 minutes.
You've got to glue the turret down.
What? I'm not gluing the turret down.
No, we don't glue turrets down.
God almighty! What planet is he on? You don't glue turrets down?
Right.
Heresy!
ready? Yeah, tools are ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Now, just leisurely build this little tank. So, I'm going to glue the noggin in first to the turret. Well, that could be drying.
Sweet Wraith has actually got. I can actually smell that.
Then
And you give yourself 10 minutes in this pace, yeah?
yeah, probably should have chosen a faster pace, shouldn't I? Or a longer time. As long as it's less than 25, which is I threw them away.
Sorry. I'm not going to ask you to move or get distracted because I can do things.
Just out of interest, which front was the 75? Doesn't matter, apparently. Even though they've got two different fronts on it.
As you can notice, yeah. You're right.
So what's that front for?
As you can see, Matt's already looking at the instructions, which he said he wouldn't.
I just wanted to make sure I was putting. I wonder what the other front. I'm really interested to know what the other front is for. Which front did you want? That. Oh, that bit. It's not on the instructions.
No, they've all been on the same one though.
Which gun? This must make the British as well.
Do you reckon that's why they're different front ones? So, 2 minutes 25 in. Almost a quarter 3 build time.
No pressure.
Oh no, not at all. Oh, he said that we used the other front to identify 2 HQ 775s.
Okay. I'll almost put the tank commander in the top turret.
Are we having the opened or closed hatchet on the build?
I was going to put the open.
Open hatch then, yeah?
Does that mean I've got to put the tank commander in it?
If it comes with one, yes. We've got the open hatch with 50 cal as well, you know. Yes, Sweet Wraith suggests open turret to air your farts out.
Definitely. That'll be what.
That'll be it, won't it? You'll have the Sherman firing smoke grenades.
Gas.
Gas grenades, yeah.
Firing gas.
So Matt's already got to the glue stage.
Ah!
Making a right old mess, and half the glue on the table. Oh no!
Spilt me glue.
4 minutes 30 into the video. Will the fart make it to YouTube? Yes, it will.
Hell yeah. Why would it not? Whatever possesses you think it would get cut out? This is Last Bastion XXL. After hours.
So, yeah. German tank. German tank for the gas turret, yes.
one, by the way.
Do you think I wouldn't be able to hear that you've done another one?
True.
We are 5 minutes 30 in. Possibly halfway through.
That's a weird fit.
Now the all-important question, will Matt put the hull on backwards?
I hope so.
Didn't you say you were going to talk through this as you're building as well, and you've gone really quiet? You're concentrating, aren't you?
I just can't think of anything to say. Other than that, is a weird build.
Yeah, well, Mace has got a...
This is different build to everything else I've built.
Here's a question for you from Mace. If you could be a tank, what would you be and why?
Fish tank?
Oh, I was going to choose that answer.
It'd probably be a recovery vehicle. Because they had all the cool stuff.
Yeah, but you can't be a recovery vehicle, you need to be a tank.
Yeah, recovery tank.
Yeah, that's better.
Armoured recovery vehicle.
So,
Because they help people. And I like being helpful.
so
If I have to choose a fighting vehicle, my all-time favourite tank has got to be the KV-1, I think it is.
So we're up to 7 minutes 45. So the KV1 was it?
I think it was the KV-1.
Oh well, Sweet Wraith has gone lame snore for your answer.
Oh, God. Hang on, for what? The helping people or the KV-1?
I'm guessing for the helping people. See, for me, I'll go for the pounds of 4. And the only reason for that is because I've watched an anime series called Girls into Panzer, and the main tank they use in that is a Panzer 4. So it's quite a little fun little anime to do with schoolgirls training in tanks and going on missions. Kind of, what they call it, exercises in tanks.
Okay.
Quite fun and entertaining to watch. I think in the end of it, they got up against German males as well. Mace has put lane to the fish tank. Now we have got 9 minutes, and now we're up to 55 seconds left. Matt has still got the turret to fix. And then you've got the skirt to do as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I think I was a little bit slow to begin with. Interesting thing they have done is this time round they have put an arrow, so you know which way up it goes. The last ones didn't have an arrow, so you ended up with your guns being completely wrong.
So we have now got 10 minutes. We reached 10 minutes mark.
Technically,
No, we're not doing technicallys.
I've built the Sherman. I just haven't put the extras on.
We did say with the extras, and unfortunately with Mace, I've missed the countdown tune.
Late. War.
But soon it got to the point of
The instruction manual.
Yeah, we got the instruction manual.
I got to the instruction manual point without the instruction manual. So I'll just leisurely put the track guards on. Because these aren't even in the instruction manual, so...
No, they're not. Literally, you have done what's in the instruction manual.
Interestingly, if you want to put the track guards
Sorry, yes, not tank guards, the track guards. Thank you, Mace. Yeah.
well, you put tank guards.
Oh no, I did say tank guards. That's why I'm correcting myself.
Fool. I don't know, you're letting the side down.
So we'll do
Always let the side down.
close ups in a second because Matt's still messing around. So with the Shermans, we have the track guards. Oops, if I can hold the thing properly. That's a thin bit of plastic. Could easily be mistaken for a sprue. And what that does, if we show any of the other tanks, actually got one on. No, he's not put any on the other tanks.
What? Track guards?
Yeah, track guards.
Priests.
So we'll take this piece here. As you can see, on the top part of the tank, you've got the track guard there that protects the top part of the track. And that's what Matt will be putting on.
You're now slowing down a little bit.
I
Because I'm waiting for the track guard.
Sabotage!
Like the Beastie Boys.
Right, see you in a bit.
So at the moment we are up to 12 minutes 15 seconds.
Like a
Bought stuff, boys.
bought stuff. Boom, what did you find?
Back in the game.
None of it's flames of war, but it's alright, it's Necromunda. Necromunda for the win!
So up to 12:45.
These truck guards are proving rather challenging.
It's the aim of the challenge, isn't it? Can't be easy for
I
you.
bet he said that because he knew that they didn't bloody fit on once you've glued the bloody tracks on.
Probably wouldn't surprise me.
Although, interestingly, the track guards do one thing. One really good thing, so I actually suggest people glue these on. They hide the massive gap that is left once you have glued the hull on. Because there's a massive gap in here somewhere. It fits at the back but not at the front.
Yeah.
So it hides that, but it's a bit annoying though because you want a funny angle when you've glued them on. The angle in.
Yeah, a little bit, don't they?
A little bit annoying. Does anybody have a clue where that's going to go?
Well, the turret on the top, isn't it?
Down the side?
So at the moment we're up to 14 minutes.
Isn't it funny how the extras
Yeah.
are taking far longer to put on than... The extras require thinking.
I suppose as well, there's no exact space for them. So
You've got to
it's not
think
like they
where-
go exactly on this groove bit of this part of the model here. We have a question from Mace. What's next week's stream? And then I can think of a new viewer challenge.
Next week is the new paints, contrast paints.
Yes, the contrast paints from Citadel.
So that would be a... Don't ask me to speed paint a model with contrast paints because they require drying time of about half an hour per layer.
Because what the plan is with that is we're going to paint a couple of models up during the day. We'll paint one or two models up on the stream as well to show how they go on.
Also, the stream's going to be on Saturday.
Yes, we'll be going the stream on Saturday night rather than Sunday. Main reason because that where it's the paint range, it comes out on the actual Saturday. Yes, we know the Flames of War came out Saturday as well, but we'll change things a little bit just to get the painting into it as well. But yeah, that'll be same time though, still 9 o'clock, but on Saturday.
I haven't got a clue where to put these. You probably require an actual Sherman to work off, a photo of a Sherman.
Not for reference.
Yeah.
Well, we have.
But, you know, I'm just going to put them on willy-nilly.
Sweet Wraith has put, she actually slapped the turret cleaning it. Very flimsy. Well, thankfully...
Yes, your wife is very flimsy.
Well, thankfully, Mace, I know you don't like the change and you have a routine, but you can still watch us on the Sunday because the video will be uploaded to YouTube. So, although we won't be live,
You can still watch us.
yeah, you can still watch us on the Sunday night.
In
just on
stereo and
YouTube.
everything. Where should I put this? I was going to glue that on there as well. Stop it.
Thankfully, with Matt taking his time on the accessories, he's up to 16 minutes 25.
Wow, a whole six more minutes.
Just on accessories.
We've got tank commanders.
We have got 16:33 at the moment. He has stepped down.
No. That was tank commander, but there you go. I've glued them randomly onto the side of it. I didn't know where to put them. But yeah. Show that to the camera.
So yes, unfortunately, Mace, there will be no interaction if you watch us on Sunday on YouTube.
Come down to the shop during the day to paint.
Ah,
Interact with in person. Yeah. Live in person.
So here we have the completed Sherman tank.
So gluing all the extras on it's 16 minutes. Not gluing the extras on it's 10 minutes.
Ooh, fancy.
So you could build the Shermans in the box in about an hour and a half without the extras.
Ah, yeah.
Allowing time for like copying up.
I think aren't the troops all in one piece anyway, so you don't have to worry about.
Yes, the troops. If you grab over there, my Americans that are just undercoated on the side. Just Tom.
Yes.
Just walk that way. On top of the Stormcast Eternal box, there's some Americans on sprues, sprayed green.
Bring them all?
Yeah, just bring them all over.
You don't want the cannons?
No.
Oh well, he's actually got the.
So these are the ones that come in the box. So all I did was I've just cut the sprues down. And obviously, I've taken the. I'm completely lying. These are the rifle. Cut! These are the rifle platoon.
Objection.
American rifle platoons, but the ones that come in the box are the same sort of style as this.
So what Matt means by that is
So I've just cut the sprue down.
they are all small and in one piece,
And then
so
I've
there is no glue into them really.
put a glove on my hand and sprayed them.
Yes.
And then if you grab my American platoon here, and then there's the rest of the sprue somewhere. They're the ones I was painting earlier. Where did I put the other bit of sprue?
So hopefully if we get this done right,
I'll do
see
that
that Matt
round the corner.
actually applied a little bit of paint to these, just to paint them up. So they're very easy to paint as well, because they're that small.
It took about an hour to do the full unit.
Because although they are small models, you might be thinking, oh, that's going to be very tricky putting the detail on, but I think you're relying on the fact that they are that small models, a wash will fill in the detail, won't it?
Yeah, I mean that Again, I could do a painting video for somebody at some point. I haven't got a clue where I've put the rest of the bloody platoon now. Where's the blue tack?
Possibly not.
So I was using the blue tack as well earlier. I wanted to show people what it looked like on the sprue because I've got some still attached to the sprue.
Not too sure.
There we are. Oh. So, see what I did here. On the sprue.
If it doesn't focus, it helps having the thumb in the picture to help with the camera focus. Sometimes it won't actually pick up the model.
No. It focused the other side, but not this side.
Matt?
Oh, there you go. Okay. So that's what it was like on the sprue anyway. And then I just clipped them off for the game. And blue tacked them.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
That's right.
So yeah, it took me about an hour. Just painted the face and the hands in flesh colour. Painted the trousers in the khaki. Painted the jacket in the other green. And black for all the other bits and pieces, and just washed it with a Thonian camo shade.
That's quite amusing. Mate, us put, whilst you're trying to get it to focus on the model, you focused on my hair instead.
Your hair, yeah.
That's because my hair is that awesome.
It was like, ooh, gotta get close with this
Yeah,
hair.
Sweet Wave has put, Jesus, I'm going to sue for eye strain. Yeah.
Oh no. But no, I mean, they look decent. They're a good tabletop. I think we picked up the only one that I'd made a mistake on. There.
Well, thankfully, I think even if you do make a mistake, you won't be able to tell.
At that scale, though, I mean, I was looking for a green to suit it that would paint over it, but Games Workshop don't make that green.
No, well, that's it with
It was Sherman drab.
With some paint ranges. So obviously, Games Workshop Citadel range is focused on their 40k and Fantasy AOS. But with the Flames of War, they've actually done paints for Flames of War to actually do the right colours. So
you can put more detail into these if you want to. There's a lot more you can do to them. They're really nicely detailed models, but I don't think there's a need when it's that sort of scale to do much.
Well, I think if you're really clever, what some people have done is they've actually painted the camo on, haven't they? With its different colours.
It's just splodge.
Yeah.
But I think it looks too messy on that scale.
I've seen some people do the German ones, and that looks a bit messy. But I've seen others being quite neat as well. Which comes down to skill.
I might try it on the Grenadiers.
Yeah.
Maybe. So yes, that was that done. How to build a Sherman. Quick look at painting. Some models. So it was about an hour to do a unit of 4. So
we've got Mace is saying goodnight now, and thank you for another epic stream.
We'll be saying goodnight as well.
It will all be here to end, but delays and all that. But yeah, we shall catch you later, Mace.
Bye. And yeah, I think we're going to call it there. Unless you want to add anything.
No, that's
covered
pretty
quite
much
a
it.
bit.
We've covered everything.
Okay.
If not, we'll just edit it in.
Yeah, we'll just cut and paste. No one knows any different.
Sweet Wave, get your Twitter account sorted too.
Twitter? What's Twitter?
Oh, yeah, we've got a Twitter account. Yeah, we've never used that. I think we started using that ages ago, and we've not actually done anything with it. It's kind of like Instagram as well.
Yeah, we've got an Instagram and a Twitter account, but we don't tweet or Insta.
No, we did.
We don't gram.
We don't gram like the cool kids.
Yeah, I think
we twitch a lot.
where we have Facebook and do a lot of stuff from there, I think we've found it a bit tedious doing all 3 platforms. Especially,
the time it takes.
well, especially when I found with Instagram, you can't just put a picture up. You've got to hashtag everything that could possibly be related to.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's one reason why we didn't do Instagram. Twitter, I think, was more people knew us on Facebook than Twitter. The main audience.
Maybe
was
if
on
they
Facebook.
do like Insta Kilo, that might catch on. Or Insta Stone.
Yeah, I'm trying to still figure out the Insta Kilo one.
Kilograms?
Oh, grams.
It should be
Clever.
Instagram and they send a grandma to your house. To make you
A
like
grandma!
an Instagram.
Instagram! And the grandma comes round and does the washing up and
We've had
and calls you
the
a dairy.
agreement on
Exactly.
Instagram is rubbish, and we've also got from Sweetwave, Facebook is very personal. But
That's Dave, you just shot him.
That's
You haven't
true.
just knocked over my troops, have you?
They just fell over on their own.
Don't even touch them.
so yeah, so
Have they all fallen off the thing?
5 of them have.
I'm not angry.
Radio.
Painting yet, anyway.
I know, but the point is,
Seriously, I didn't touch him.
You know so how they said don't touch him, and now he's touching him.
yeah, I said don't even pick them up when he picked them all up.
Yeah, because they were fine.
And only 5 fell off.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll be counting.
Are there any more up floor?
Well, they might have shot anywhere. Anyway, let's say goodbye.
But yeah, but
I'll go and save my men.
we might do Twitter later to come, but we'll
It
see.
survived me all day, and he goes and stands there and fall over.
Found me in trouble.
Literally walked forward and he slid sideways and fell backwards onto the floor.
I think we should ban you from standing there when I've got delicate models precariously placed up against walls.
Not ever there.
You know what it was? It was the extra weight in the area that warped the floorboard that knocked the balance off.
Like a
Let's
whole
increased mass.
a whole scenario.
Increased mass, yeah.
Just affected gravity.
So, on that note though, so you can go see your downloadies.
Is that the right note?
Funny enough, didn't that used to be on the end of broadcasts? So
Yeah, that really annoying beep at the end. Now it's time to turn your telly off. Ah! It was like,
And then you had
yeah, I
the-
think I'll just leave it turned on then because it's quite a nice sound. That.
the black and white thing in the corner told you adverts.
Yes. Yeah. You come up to an advert, go and put your kettle on.
Yeah.
It was like the.
Just an advert when does something else, you don't have to see it.
Yeah. Does it still do that?
I think
I
TV's
think so.
changed. Yeah, I think TV's progressed since the 70s.
I think it's not. I've actually seen some shows do it. But I have noticed that in years.
It was brilliant. That. Ah. Right. Anyway.
Yes, we'll answer Sweet
Bye.
Ray first, so we'll say goodbye before the domestic appears.
Bye. Talking domestics, my wife hasn't phoned up tonight.
I think she's learned her lesson from last one.
Then I put a live on her. Say hello to my viewers, and she went, "Oh my God, you're live!" Yep, every night on Sunday at 9 o'clock I'm live, and it's now 10, and you're ringing me. So yes, anyway.
So when's the job advert coming up? Yes. Watch this space.
Indeed.
Next stream, live in interviews.
Live interviews, yeah. Come and interview live at Last Bastion. Sean will be doing the interviews. So, next week, Contrast Paints, Saturday. Be there, or be somewhere else.
Probably on YouTube, catching up on Sunday.
Yeah. Bye.
So, bye guys.
Bye.
Catch you later. Tom John, press the off
Cheers, all
button on
the
this thing.
I will
All
press
best,
the
bye.
off
Turn it
button.
off quick.
The
Full
bottom
round,
square
full
one,
off.
yes. Is that one you press?